Here's a formula to rebuilding attraction with the girl or the woman that you lost. I know you might have built a house together, maybe you built a family together, maybe you have this incredible dream that you had with her. You couldn't even picture your life without her. It was so out of your reality to see her leave that right now nothing makes sense and you completely lost yourself. That's okay. If you have a short vision, if you have a short sight, then you don't have the power for acceptance because your confidence is low. Attraction from her to you is triggered by your ability to be grounded and lead and control your emotions. Most guys, they try to come up with what is the exact text message to send, or what is the exact line to tell her, what is the exact thing to tell her so I can change her mind. She knows you really, really well, and she left because she stopped believing that you can ever change. So don't make those mistakes. Here's the timeline of the relationship. You meet her, everything is great, she feels attracted to you feel attracted to her, you get together, you have sex, there's some emotions. Now a few months or a few years pass until attraction goes away and she starts to lose attraction. Then she break up and you start to feel all this tension. Then you start to show negative emotions, you start to ask her for direction, then you panic and lose yourself and lose her forever. Which that doesn't have to be the case because you can change that. And here's what most guys don't understand, and they make two massive mistakes. Look, turbulence will always be a part of relationships. Always. Depending on the girl that you're dating right now or you're married to, there's always going to be turbulence. Always. The turbulence is not going to go away. That's just a part of it. It's the nature of relationships. There's always going to be frictions. There's going to be turbulences. And it depends on you and her that what happens between you and her. Now, two big mistakes that guys make. When turbulence comes, they panic. They start to go into this panic mode. They start to tell her, oh, please, I don't want to leave. I'm sorry. They think what she's saying is the truth. And, she might feel that. This is crazy. She might feel this is what she wants or this is what she doesn't want. But in reality, she responds to a different thing. She thinks she wants a dude who's a certain way. She thinks she wants a guy who takes care of her and is always there, is nice to her, buys her stuff, always complies. But in reality, she responds to other things. That's why you see the bad boys win. That's why I see sometimes women cheat. I'm not talking about why guys cheat. This is talking about you and your ex and what you can do to get your ex back. So basically, what your ex responds to, she responds to basically three things. Number one, you have to, no matter what, you have to lead. Don't ask her questions about, hey, do you think we're gonna get back together? Are you happy? Do you love me? When you do that, you create these questions in your head. Wait a minute, am I happy with him? You have to lead. You have to always, if there's turbulence, let the guy say, oh, you know what, I don't like what you say. I want to get out of here. All right, I'm sorry you want to go, but if that's what you want to do, you can go. I'm here, we have something together, I'm still here. I'm going to be here, see what you want to do. Get out of here. And when she goes, there's certain things you got to do. You have to understand the frames of interaction and you have to pick the right frame after that. For example, think about when you drive in a car. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go slow, sometimes you're in traffic, sometimes you're in highway. Relationship is exactly the same. Now, if you get into the breakup, you have to change gear and you have to change your pace. And that's what most guys don't understand. They meet a girl, because of their neediness, they feel attached to her and they can't take any turbulence. And when the girl pulls back, instead of them also pulling back and navigating through that either with text or face-to-face interaction or even living together, they panic, boom, crash, break up, goodbye, there's another guy, see you later. Your attractiveness is directly connected to the level of how well you understand the turbulence and how well you can control, how well you can control yourself, control your emotions, and how well you can lead this bump. If you look at leaders are people who are able to see things that followers cannot see. Leaders have a vision. For example, you are gonna have a fight. If you don't see what could happen after this fight in 1 week, in 1 month, 2 months ahead, you're going to panic because that's all you see, because your vision is short. And that's what followers are. That's the more feminine energy you have, the more short vision you will be. Probably don't see many female leaders. Majority of people who lead are male. There's nothing against women or nothing against female, but the point I'm trying to make here is that some men have feminine energy. and they want the woman to fix things. So they want to share their emotions all the time. Oh, but I have to tell her how much I miss her. I have to tell her how amazing it is when we are together. I have to tell her that she hasn't been here for a week. I didn't even want to talk to anybody else. Dude, that's exactly the opposite of what you need to do. Attraction from her to you is triggered by your ability to be grounded and lead and control your emotions. Most guys, they try to come up with what is the exact text message to send, or what is the exact line to tell her, what is the exact thing to tell her so I can change her mind. She knows you really, really well, and she left because she stopped believing that you can ever change. So don't make those mistakes. And the truth is, in the relationship, us as guys, and also women as well, but you and me, we all go through this process that we either learn from these turbulences and we learn what we need to do to reattract, or we just don't learn. And it's really strange because some guys just refuse to accept that this is a setup. Some guys, they have problems with connection, with insecurities, with codependency, and they just cannot accept the fact that sometimes things fall apart. If you don't accept that, that's the first step. If you don't accept that things can fall apart, then you cannot future pace and seeing things coming back together. Because you get stuck behind this thought that I cannot even accept this. What do you mean she doesn't want to be with me? What do you mean you want to break up? And get stuck. What do you mean? What is this new guy? I can't even believe this. There are steps. You need to make this transition. Go from boy to man. You have to go from... You could be an older dude. I sometimes see guys who are older in their 60s, but they think like boys. It's not a personal thing, but you have to learn this. And the breakup teaches you that. And I don't want you to become bitter. I don't want you to become one of these guys who feels bitter and negative about relationships because of a breakup. Dude, breakup is just a part of it. It's just a part of it. Just like you're in traffic. After traffic, you're going to go to highway and go fast. The breakup is exactly the same thing. And what needs to happen when you're in this state, you have to change. You have to get to the point that, holy shit, man, nobody taught me about anger, about jealousy, about codependency, about sadness. I've been like this emotional junkie person, just 3 months, 6 months, just sad and miserable because I lost her. That means you need to change it. If you want to get the girl back, go win yourself back first, win your emotions first. You cannot ignore the fact that you might be insecure or you have low self-esteem. You gotta understand self-love, you gotta understand confidence, you gotta have a good self-image, how you see yourself, because there is no way you could have a bad image of yourself, you don't like yourself, and you can get a woman to like you. It will never work because she'll find out. And when she'll find out, she'll leave you. So you need to work on that. Now, how can you do that? Confidence is a product of results and experience. So you need to have good results. You need to win. You need to win in 3-4 different areas. Physical, you need to take care of yourself. If you're fat or you're too skinny, you're not healthy, you don't eat well, you drink alcohol, you smoke, you don't take care of yourself, dude, that says a lot. If you smoke cigarette, it's not just, it's just a thing I do. You know every time you smoke cigarette, you're fucking yourself up. You know how bad it is for you, but you do it. You cannot ignore these little things. You cannot ignore it. You cannot be a smoker and your wife loves you for doing that, because every time you smoke, she hurts. Because she knows you are getting one step closer to death. Or if you drink, you're putting poison in your body all the time. You go, it's just a thing I do every weekend. If you do that, we cannot put our head in the sand and just pretend, yeah, it's cool, it's just a fucking beer. And dude, take it from someone who's done all of it. I've done all of it. I've done so many crazy things I don't think most normal people do. It's not that I haven't seen it. It's not that I don't know how it feels to do those crazy shit, to be on drugs. But if you want a happy relationship, you can't do that. You cannot be that guy, because doing drugs, doing alcohol, doing things that are not good for your system is a guaranteed way to lose. So you want to build your confidence. The reason I was talking about health is that your confidence that you need to be attractive is a product of you taking care of yourself. Because let's say you stick to going to gym for 3 months and a healthy diet and sleeping early and waking up at a certain time and building a nice body. That adds to your confidence because you see you're disciplined, you stick to your words, and you're a dude who delivers, and that makes you attractive because you feel more confident, because now you rely on yourself, because now you see that you delivered. Same thing with finances. It's so important to be financially successful. It's very important, very, very important, because I have a lot of data and with the guys that I work with, and I see guys who are financially in a good spot, physically in a good spot. They also have good relationships, or if the relationship is bad, they don't panic as much. But I see the guy lives in his car, problems with $300 every month, cannot eat properly because of stress of money, doesn't go to gym because he's not disciplined. Then his relationship is also the same. You should fix those two first, because those two are like the pillars, or like the columns that you put your confidence on top of that. Also, there is a lot of things that you have to do with your inner game, with your mindset, with your motivation, with how you control your emotions. When you have those three sorted, then you have a thick layer of confidence, and you can put the relationship on top of that. And if you're so broken after this breakup, it means one of those things is not working properly. It means you either don't understand your emotions well, or you're physically not taking care of yourself, or you're financially not good, because these indirectly affect your confidence goal. Dude, a decent, confident guy understands that, okay, it's a part of life. Things end. None of us is going to live forever. Things end. We're gonna die. I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. We're on death for 100%. Same with relationships. If you have those things sorted, then you have the power of acceptance. But if you don't have if you have a short vision, if you have a short sight, then you don't have the power for acceptance, because your confidence is low. You see what I mean? So you need to work on that. You need to work on your confidence if you want to understand what is going on with her, so she sees you get it, and then she can come back to you. But if you're the same dude who lost her for any reason, maybe you took her for granted, maybe you drank, maybe you made mistakes, maybe you didn't understand her and she brought some turbulence and you lost it. If you're still the same guy who's in the same place, how do you expect her to come back? That's why I said no contact is such a bullshit strategy. You need to start working on the man in the mirror, and on top of all of these things that I said, dude, you need to learn game. Game doesn't mean going to nightclubs and fuck up a bunch of random girls. Game means understanding your mind, how to think, understanding psychology, understanding attraction, and having options. You need to become a better man, dude. You need to get this girl back. You need to become a better man. I know it's difficult. That's why I'm here. If you want me to help you, you can download a free copy of my book. The link is in the description. There I'll show you how to do it step by step. I'll show you state control. And it's a process. And you have a choice to make here. Dwell with this bullshit feeling for the rest of your life and accept that, oh man, I lost her to another man. Oh, I'm such a loser that nobody's ever like her. I mean, which many guys stay there, which is fucking exhausting. Or make a declaration today. I don't want to live like this anymore. I need to change. You need to change. And if you decide that you want to change, then I can help you change. You can do it yourself, but I can guide you so you can do it much faster. So instead of taking years, you do it in a few months faster. But you need to change. My bottom line, you need to change. You need to change, dude. I know you might have built a house together. Maybe you build a family together. Maybe you have this incredible dream that you had with her. You couldn't even picture your life without her. It was so out of your reality to see her leave that right now nothing makes sense and you completely lost yourself. That's okay. I was in Bratislava in Slovakia, and there was a cemetery, and my Airbnb was near the cemetery. Every time I walked, I saw families crying because somebody died, and they're just doing the whole ceremony. It's so unbelievably moving to see all of these emotions of people, that how many tears and how people cry, and how these things that you're feeling right now are very real. These emotions are very, very real, but you need to do something with it. You can either waste it, you can either do things that are not good for you, or you can use it to change and you become you 2.0, because the cycle of terror will not end until you change. And one more thing I want to add here. Women, including your ex, they don't pick you because you're a nice emotional guy. They don't pick you because you tell her, I miss you, baby. She doesn't pick you because you tell her, baby, you know what? Life is not good without you. I really want to tell you how much I care about us. That is not how she picks men. She might tell you she wants to hear this, but what she responds to is completely different. She responds to stability, she responds to strength, physical, mental, and emotional, and also financial. So you gotta take a very good look at yourself. How are you without this? Sometimes you guys say me, Ben, you know what? Everything else in my life is great except relationship. Sometimes it's a lie, sometimes it's true. If it's true, after a few weeks, the dude completely moves on. He's happy, he accepts. But the guys who lies, that say everything in my life is great, but then when we get to know each other, we work a little and see, well, not everything in his life is great. That's why he's stuck. Take a good look at yourself. Happiness and confidence, these two are daily tasks. You have to every day work on it, and relationships can work against these because they make you dependent. When you become dependent, now she's a part of you, you're a part of her. The longer you're together, the more it goes inside each other, and when she leaves, suddenly half of you is gone. So you have to go back and rebuild yourself after that. I am the guy that help you rebuild yourself after the breakup. This is Ben. If you don't have my book, download, the link is in the description, it's free. You can finish it in 45 minutes. Don't worry, I'm going to help you move on from this breakup, and if you want to get her back, let me know, I'll talk to you soon. See you in the next video.